What's up, everybody? This is my attempt at making a video diary number 2, second video diary. I decided to change things up a bit and record when it's still light out so I can actually do things in good lighting and not in my basement where I get creeped out. So I'm in my living room right now. This is different. I've never filmed in my living room before. But I wanted to do a video diary, I guess like a continuation of what's been going on in my mind. I'm gonna try to keep this as short as possible, but sometimes I can ramble on about things. So I am on this mission. I'm on 2 missions, really, but the second mission I'll talk about in another video. The first mission is my goal is to be able to supplement my income from my job with songwriting and music. So I'm on the hunt to finding opportunities to be able to do that. That's pretty much what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to be a brain for other artists and hopefully write for other artists while also writing for myself and continuing to try and sell my music and put it out there and promote it and finish my project. So there's a lot going on in regards to that. That's really where I'm at right now. I'm focused. I'm just so focused on making this happen in any way that I can possibly make this happen. Even if it's not, you know, sometimes you gotta start small with your goals, and I understand that. So even if it's not like writing a hit, my first song, and becoming a millionaire, like that would be wonderful. I'm shooting for that eventually in my lifetime to write more than 1 hit, but that doesn't have to happen right now. The only thing I'm looking to do is to make a living, a decent living with music, because then I won't be working. I'll be doing what I love, and I won't feel like a slave to the daily grind. I'll feel like a free bird, like I'm free. That's all I've ever wanted, is freedom to express myself and do what I want and love what I do. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. You know, I feel like I've been in this transition phase for a very long time, but I'm finally now at the point where I've picked my path. I've chosen which path I'm gonna take. And while right now there's only, you know, a certain amount of feet on this road at a time that are being shown to me, I'm still trusting that the path that I'm on is the path that I should be on, and the one that's gonna lead me to the best possible outcome in all aspects. You know, when I picture my life, I picture so much. I picture having the means to travel and live and come visit you guys and connect with people, having the means to do what I love and being abundantly happy. That's what's important to me. And I know, I feel like there's something in my inner core, my inner being, my spirit, my soul, whatever you want to call it, this inner voice is telling me that whatever I'm doing right now is the right thing to do. Not necessarily that what I'm doing is going to directly lead me to the outcome that I want, but it's going to direct me in the right way, in the right direction, so that I can get to the thing or number of things that will bring me to the success that I've always dreamed about, you know? And like I said, from the time I was young, a 5-year-old kid, I've always wanted to be a voice, whether it is a singing voice or a talking voice. I've always wanted to connect with people in that way and be behind, you know, not behind, in front of a camera, speaking or singing. You know, I've always wanted to do that from the time that I was little. And every Christmas I would ask my mother for a microphone, you know, because I always wanted that microphone in my hand to be able to express. I'm 27 years old now. I feel like now is the time, you know, to do it. I'm not getting any younger, and there are so many opportunities being laid out in front of me, you know. I'm going to take them. Frankly, I'm just tired of doing things that I don't want to do, working at a job that I don't want to work at. You know, it goes back to, if you've been following me for a while, or even if you're new, maybe I'll leave a link to this particular video, but it goes back to that video where I was talking about, you know, how we as human beings weren't put on this earth to struggle and suffer and just get by and be mediocre. We weren't. We were put on this earth to make the best out of what we're given, this earth, this life, you know, and be abundant in every aspect of life. I wasn't put on this earth to work a 9-to-5 that I kind of like, or kind of can tolerate, or hate completely. You know, I wasn't put here for that. And if you look at every single great person out there, whether they're a politician or a civil rights leader, a singer, an actor, anybody who's inspiring, anybody who's successful, got to a point in their life where they said, it's all or nothing. I'm gonna risk everything that I have, everything that I've worked for so far at this point to have my mediocre life. I'm gonna give it all up and live my dreams. And they followed their bliss. And when they did that, they became successful. It may not have happened overnight, but I realized that I need to follow my dreams. Music is my dream. Music is who I am. It's who I've always been, and it's always been there for me, and writing has always been there for me. So last video diary, the first one I ever did, I said I was conflicted. I'm not conflicted anymore. I've kind of just gotten to the point where I've taken everything and just thrown it up to the universe and said, you know what? Whatever happens is meant to happen, and I have faith that whatever happens is going to eventually lead me to where I want to be, you know? I know that I have the abilities, the capability to do this. You know, I'm just trying to impress the right people right now. And it's tough. The music business, on a realistic point of view, it's cutthroat, definitely. You know, they're not afraid to tell you, hey, stop writing songs. They're not afraid to tell you that. But I don't care what people tell me. I've literally researched how many great singers and musicians got rejected before they got their big break, and almost every single person that I look up to did at one point or another. The Beatles, the fucking Beatles, were looked at and they were like, nah, sorry, we don't like your sound, goodbye. Elvis Presley, some person, I forget who it was, told Elvis Presley to go back to driving trucks because he'd never make it in the music business, and he became one of the most iconic people in the music business. So the way that I feel at this moment in my life is, and I don't mean this in a grandiose way that I think that I'm, you know, I pay homage to all those people. Those people have paved the way for artists like me, young artists. I idolize those people and look up to those people. So don't get me wrong in saying this, but the way I see it is, I'm no different at the end of the day than any of those people, because at the end of the day we're all human beings. We all had a dream and we all felt we had something to offer. And even though people may look at you and say, hey, you're not good enough, or hey, you really should get somebody else to write your songs. At this point, no, that's not a good enough response for me. I'm not taking that as an answer, because there are 7 billion people in this world. One person's opinion is not going to drastically change me and my dreams. And I guess if you're wondering, somebody did tell me that. Somebody in the music business, I'm not gonna name any names. I submitted my music to a few places, and somebody who I would say is pretty important, pretty much for lack of better words, told me that I should get somebody else to write my songs, pretty much, like in different words, but then somebody else told me that they loved the songs that I wrote and is willing to give me a shot. So it's all about opinion, you know what I mean? One, that just like we as people, there are people out there who think that the Beatles are the greatest band that ever lived and the greatest musicians that ever lived. But then there are people out there who hate the Beatles. It's all about opinion, you know? So one person's opinion of me, just because you're high up there in the industry, doesn't mean that your opinion is any less of just that, an opinion. That's your opinion, and that's fine. I'm focusing on the positives, the people who do believe in me, the family and friends who support me, the thousands of views that I get whenever I sing or do covers, the people who come to me and tell me they love my music, the executives that I've gotten in touch with who said, hey, I love your sound, I love your music, keeping my eye on you. That's what I'm focused on right now. And I'm fired up. I really am. I'm so fired up, and I feel, like I said, in my heart that this is gonna do great things, you know? I'm gonna do great things. I feel it. I do. I've always felt it, but I feel it more now. I'm just trying to take my time and play my cards right. So that's where I'm at right now. There's still a lot up in the air, but that's the beauty of it. You don't have to have all the answers right away. You just gotta feel it and believe that what you have to offer is good enough. And I do. I really genuinely believe that. You know, I really do. So, sorry for the long-windedness. I am not conflicted anymore. I know exactly what the hell I want to do. I don't need to know how I'm going to do it. I don't have to know how I'm going to do it. I just have to know that I'm going to do it. And I do know that. No matter what the hell it takes, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do what the hell I have to do to make it happen. And you know, of course, I'm going to keep my respect for myself. I'm going to keep my morals and my values and all of that. You know, I'm not going to sell my soul. realistically, I don't need a label executive to tell me I'm good enough. Because if you guys, the fans, the subscribers, the people who follow me, whatever you want to call yourself, I call you my family, my supporters, my friends, but whatever you guys want to call yourselves, if you guys love me, and more people start to love me, and more people find out about me and hear about me and love me, that's what matters, you know? That's what matters. Again, one opinion versus 6,000 versus a couple of thousand, you know what I mean? So, my back hurts. So yeah, this is my video diary number 2. I don't know what I'm gonna name it yet, but I really like these video diaries, even though I'm really just talking to a camera, but still. I hope this sheds some light. I hope this is interesting, and you guys, if any of you guys can relate, leave comments, you know, let me know what you're going through, your struggles, your epiphanies. Let me know. I really genuinely want to know. It's good to know that you're not alone sometimes, so I like that. But anyway, thank you for listening if you're watching this. I really love you guys a lot. And the next video is going to be about the road to 10,000. I'm still trying to work out the kinks and figure everything out, but we're on the road to 10,000. I'm fucking excited. I love you guys. Peace out.
I guess I never learned to give it, and yeah, I learned so much about how my life was bullshit, and I can't pretend that this doesn't